Over the years, I've recommended SaneBox to loads of customers, especially to anyone who is drowning in email, who has never been able to achieve inbox zero, to anyone who just doesn't have time to set up email filters or train somebody on their team to help them with email. If that sounds like you, then SaneBox is perfect for you. It doesn't matter whether you use Gmail, Microsoft, iCloud, or something else entirely. SaneBox plugs into whatever email system you currently use, and it runs in the background. Think of SaneBox as a smart assistant that sorts your email for you. Technically, it is using AI, but let me tell you, this is not some new novel AI gimmicky product. SaneBox has been around for a long time and has been using AI since way before it was cool. Because I believe in this product, I've used it before and tested it myself, I have partnered with SaneBox for this video. We have a sign up link in the description that will give you a free $25 credit. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through step by step how to sign up and get started within minutes. So click the link now and follow along. The reason SaneBox works so well is that it works alongside your current email provider. So Gmail stays Gmail, Outlook stays Outlook, and iCloud stays as iCloud. SaneBox is just quietly working in the background. As an email comes in, it decides, is this important? And it will take action on an email based on different settings that we're gonna enable. It works like magic, so when you open your email in the morning, it's like somebody's already been in there and has triaged and sorted all your email for you. Okay, so after clicking our link, you're going to come to this sign up page, and your first step is to just type in your email address. I'm going to use John on my team as an example, just to start with a fresh account. SaneBox has detected here what type of email account I have, which is Google Apps, but you do have these other options you can choose from as well. So I'll just click continue. Of course, I'm connecting SaneBox to my Gmail account, so I just need to click continue here and then choose to give SaneBox access to my email so it can read and compose emails for me, and then click continue. And on this next screen, it's just asking me, what is my primary use case for SaneBox? So for me, it's work, but you could also be using it for school or just personal use. And I'm going to tell SaneBox what my biggest challenges are with email right now. So maybe wasting time, important emails getting lost, drowning in newsletters, but I'm going to go with important emails are getting lost and I'm struggling with follow-up, and continue. I want to enable some features that help me save 6 hours a week. Yep, that sounds great. And on this screen, I can choose to set up the SaneLater feature, which I highly recommend turning on. This is where unimportant emails are put into a SaneLater folder. Now, if SaneBox is not sure if something is important, I can just say, leave it where it is, I'll choose that later. And I can also choose to have SaneBox clean up emails that are older than, in this case, 1 month, and they'll get moved to a Sane archive folder. And on this next screen, I can turn on the SaneNoReplies feature. So this is great if you work in sales like me, you've sent quotes or proposals, and you want to keep track of people who have not replied. So I recommend turning this on. Now there's a couple of options on this screen. The key thing here is don't put emails in this folder. Let SaneBox organize this folder for you. It's really just sort of a holding place for emails so you can visually go in and see which conversations you're waiting for a reply on. And if you don't need a reply, you can add one of these acronyms to your subject like NNTR, no need to reply, or FYI, and SaneBox will ignore the email. It won't put it in this folder. You can also choose how much time you want to pass before SaneBox puts an email into the folder, either immediately or after a day or 2 or 30 days. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Now we can enable the snooze features. So this is where I can move an email manually into one of these snooze folders like Sane tomorrow, Sane next week, or Sane next month if I want to just be reminded about this email later. Now, I'm not a huge fan of snoozing. I prefer to just kind of deal with emails then and there. So I'm actually just going to leave this for later. Okay, next we can enable one of my favorite features, which is the SaneBlackHole. Now, we've all experienced this situation where you start receiving unsolicited emails from some unknown sender. And I'm not even talking about emails that you can unsubscribe from. You've just ended up on some list, you're getting contacted, and you just don't even want to respond to these people. What you can do is you can move an email into the SaneBlackHole and you will never hear from that person again. The way this works is once you move a message into the black hole, it's going to hold the email there for 7 days before it puts it in the trash. And it also has this auto unsubscribe feature, which I recommend turning on so you can be removed from newsletters that you didn't sign up for. And quick, just final point here, this is not for spam. This is generally for just annoying emails from real people or services that you didn't ask to receive. You should put actual spam in your spam folder. Okay, let's click next. Okay, next we have the SaneNews folder, which I'm going to turn on. This is useful for just automatically sorting newsletters into a separate folder. And I'm also going to choose to turn on the to use reminders, to have my own sort of personal follow-up assistant that can send me reminders of actions that I need to take on emails. And now on this screen, we're just going to finalize all the settings that we've enabled. So I've got a summary on the right-hand side here of the different mailboxes or labels that SaneBox is going to create. I can just check I'm happy with everything. I might just turn on the Sane Tomorrow folder there as well. And I'm going to confirm my setup. Okay, on this next screen, we can review and turn on or off various features, some of which we've done already. First, we have these trainable folders where you can move emails into these folders to teach SaneBox how to organize your email. We've got some power tools here, things like SaneNoReplies we've turned on already. My advice though is keep it simple to begin with. There's lots of extra features and functionality here, but just while you're getting started with SaneBox, I'm going to suggest keeping this simple. Things like this screensaver one is quite interesting, but that's actually going to be better after you've turned on SaneBox and it's analyzed your email first. A little bit further down, we can review the different snooze folders that we've already set up, but again, I'm just going to keep it fairly simple for now. And down the bottom here, we have some other miscellaneous features. This email deep clean one is one we're going to come back to in a little bit. So we'll start the scan, but we'll finish our SaneBox setup first. Now, once you finish the setup, you will arrive on the dashboard screen, which you can access from the menu here. Now, this is where you can view and configure the various options and settings that we've already gone through. But chances are, once you've set up SaneBox, you may never even come back to this screen again. You can, if you need to, from time to time, review settings. But when I've used SaneBox, this is not a page or a part of your account you really need to revisit that often. Now, once you've finished the account setup, one of the first things I recommend you do is start with an email deep clean. This is where SaneBox is going to scan your mailbox and try and find anything that it thinks you can just safely get rid of. It's going to find notification emails. You know, in my case, I'll probably get loads from Asana. It's going to find system emails and just kind of a lot of junk, those random service emails that you get a lot of that you really don't need. And that's going to allow me to do a very quick deep clean of my inbox and just get out a lot of the junk. So it's scanning now. It's going to take a little bit of time. And here we go. So I can see it's found 737 emails that it thinks I can safely trash. It's going to save me about 70 megabytes. As expected, yeah, it's found a lot of like generic Asana notification emails. So I can choose those. I'm going to choose to get rid of those. We've got some learning newsletter style emails from Asana, some Google Drive notifications, Zoom notifications. So I think we can easily get rid of all of that. I'm getting notified about these things in other platforms like Asana anyway. So I can go through this list and I can decide what I want to just bulk delete. And this is a very quick way. I kind of think of this as like the 80-20 of email. I can just go through a lot of the junk and just clean that out of my inbox really quickly. Now, this is what SaneBox looks like once it's all set up, and in this case, I'm in my Gmail account. And you can see on the left-hand side here, I've got my labels, the ones that I configured in my SaneBox dashboard. So I can see my Sane Archive, SaneBlackHole, SaneLater, News, and so on. And this is going to be how I interact with SaneBox from now on. I'm still working in my Gmail account, but I can drag emails into these folders to teach SaneBox how I want it to triage my email. For example, this email, which is a notification about a calendar event, I can put that into Sane Archive. I don't need to keep that in my inbox, just archive that straight away. Some of these newsletter style emails as well. Here's an email about a conference I've been invited to. This is unsolicited. I don't want to hear from this person, so I'm just going to move it to my SaneBlackHole. This is the one going into no replies. We're going to skip that one. I'm going to move this one into the Sane Tomorrow folder because I want to come back to that later. And so I'm just going to keep going through my inbox and teach SaneBox how I wanted to triage these emails. The more I do this, the better it's going to understand me. Now, this is what my Gmail looks like once I've gone through and I've done some of the training myself and SaneBox has helped sort my email for me. You can see my inbox is nice and clean. I have one email left at the top that I need to still deal with. But essentially every day when I log in, I can focus on my inbox first. That's where my most important emails are going to come to. Emails that are less important are going to go to SaneLater, but it really does help me just get to the most important things really quickly. If you're a Mac user like me, you can also access your Gmail or even your Microsoft email through Apple Mail. And you can see all my SaneBox folders have synced to Apple Mail as well. And I can just use SaneBox like I normally would in Gmail from Apple Mail. I can drag emails around. And if you forget how a folder works, you'll see an instructional email like this that reminds you, this is the SaneBlackHole folder, this is what it does, this is how to use it. And while you're just getting started, I would leave those emails there just to familiarize yourself while you're still getting going. Now, since the last time I recorded this video, there's a couple more new features that are worth highlighting. The first is this attachments feature. This is really useful for saving large attachments directly to your cloud storage platform of choice. Dropbox, Google Drive makes the most sense for us because we work in Google Workspace, or Evernote if you're still in 2008. Evernote back in the day, what a throwback. If you're an Evernote user, if you're still using Evernote, can you leave me a comment down below? I used to love Evernote until I switched to Apple Notes, but if you're still using it, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so yes, it's going to automatically save those attachments for you so you're not having to do it manually. Now, there's also the Do Not Disturb feature, which is quite useful. So if you just want to get a break from email, do not let anything get through, you can just turn this on to start from now or have it run on a schedule. So I could say, right, start on a specific day at 7 a.m. and turn off on a different day. And essentially what's going to happen here is when new emails come in, they're going to go to the Do Not Disturb folder. So they're going to be held there until my Do Not Disturb schedule ends. Any reminders and follow-ups, they're not going to come through. They'll be held until my Do Not Disturb window ends. There's also the digest feature, which if you don't want to get into the weeds into each folder, maybe you've got quite a few emails building up in that SaneLater folder, the digest gives you sort of a high-level overview of what's sitting in that folder. Same thing with the SaneNews, it kind of breaks down what newsletters and things you're getting. Now, from your dashboard page, if you scroll to the bottom, you've got links here to access the pricing information. Of course, signing up with our link, you've got the 14-day trial and the $25 of credit. You can choose to end the trial early if you want to, or if you just want to click through and look at the pricing. Now there's three options here. There's snack, lunch, and dinner. And I have to say, I think SaneBox has some of the most novel pricing that I've seen. It's quite refreshing to not have silver, gold, and platinum. And it's quite clever actually, this pricing. So the snack plan, you get to sync one email account and you get these two standard features, plus you can choose two of the following power features. So it's quite nice that you actually get that choice over which features you want. You've then got the lunch plan, which I think is going to be great for most people. You can sync two email accounts, so that could be a work and a personal email, and then you can choose between any choice you like of the up to six power features. So yeah, snack you can do 2, lunch you can do 6. And then finally, with the dinner plan, $30 a month, you get all the power features. So that might be something you upgrade to later on once you've gotten started and you want to unlock all the capabilities that SaneBox has to offer. You could go to dinner. You can also choose, there's some nice flexible options here. You can pay monthly, pay for a year, or pay for 2 years. And the longer you lock in, the better rates you get. My final thought on the pricing here is that, look, I think for that lunch plan, $10 a month, I think it's worth its weight in gold. If you are more efficient, or if you use the SaneNoReplies feature to be better at follow-up and close one extra deal, if you're a business owner like me, then this is worth its weight in gold. But I honestly think just for the peace of mind you get achieving inbox zero, I think it's a very generous pricing plan. If you have any questions about getting started with SaneBox, drop me a comment down below. I answer every single one. And look, I think for most people, just turning SaneBox on, having those unimportant emails go into your SaneLater folder and starting with that deep clean, that is going to get you 80% of the way there in terms of cleaning up your inbox and helping you to then focus on the most important emails that need a follow-up or need some attention. Don't forget, use our link down below to get started with the 14-day trial and $25 credit. That's going to get you your first couple of months for free. Thank you very much for watching.